I think we're live. All right, we are live. I hope everybody's having a great day. It started just about to a long weekend for many, and broadcasting here from Canada and broadcasting to Canada and the rest of the world. Trying some new software, trying some new live videos. I'm looking to go live every Thursday around the same time. We're going to see if it's a good time for everybody. And my goal is to provide tips and just lessons I've learned through my time. I'm a business and communications trainer. I've had a vast experience through a lot of different jobs and careers. And I've now currently working with businesses, usually small, medium-sized businesses, to help them getting going, helping them get started, helping them grow, and individuals who are looking to improve their communications, either for their business or if they're just looking to become better speakers. Maybe they've got events coming up that they need to speak for and they want to get better. So these are the areas that I help businesses and people with. My name is JD Thomas. I'm a business and communication advisor with Jade Strategic Relations. And today I would like to talk about 5 lessons that I've learned in a career I had years ago as a fitness trainer. Back in the 1990s, I had been working out for a few years already and had been helping people. I had the fortune of working with a lot of great trainers and former Mr. Canada and his girlfriend. A lot of really great people who provided me a lot of information. And when I was in high school, I started giving that information, helping others that were at my school. And then a few years later, as I was walking down the street, I had already been working for a couple of years out of high school, and I saw this big hulking guy show up just walking towards me, and he came up. He was excited to see me. I didn't know who it was. I didn't recognize him at first. And it turns out it was this little scrawny guy that I had been helping out in the weight room in my high school. And he had said that the things that I had taught him, he used to get into bodybuilding competitions. And so that then projected me into doing it full time. I did it on my own, had my own fitness training company, and then I had a goal to open my own gym. And so I wanted to work in the gym, understand how they worked. I needed to understand management, so I eventually became a weekend manager, get connections, determine a good location. And I had this plan that was going very well. And then a few years into this plan, 5 years in, I was the equivalent of 7 years into the plan I had, but I realized that the money wasn't exactly there. And I was also starting to feel a little stale and wanted to change. But I already had my national coaching certificate, my national trainer certificate. I had trained junior sports teams. I had trained people who wanted to lose body fat, looking to build muscle. I worked with bodybuilders who were off season. I was an off-season trainer. I would help work on the bodybuilders in their off-season and then get them over to, there was another trainer that we would move them over to, so that they could get into more training, more stage ready. And so that was an interesting career. I learned a lot of things from it, a lot about people, which I use every day, because if you're in business, you have to know people. Whatever you do, it's about people. The end product is it's people. Customers, whether you're a business to business and their customers are the customers, it's all about people. And so lessons I learned in this career, which I want to provide to you now, I won't go too far into it. I just want to give a bit of a background. But the lessons I learned as a fitness trainer really do apply in life. And so one of the first things, we're going to talk about mindset. And the first mindset idea is a quote from Arnold Schwarzenegger. And it's, you can have results or excuses, not both. And this goes directly into having a good mindset in terms of what you want in life, what you want out of your career, what you want out of your business. And if you want the results, you have to go for the results. If you want to have your excuses, if you don't want to do the things that you don't want to, that get you to the successful parts, you're not going to make it. So you have to determine, what is it that you want most? Do you want to have the results? And you have to envision the results. I have my own saying. It's, when your will is stronger than your want, you will find your success. And that's the will to get over those times where you just want something. Maybe if fitness training is, you want that chocolate or the ice cream or something like that. And having a little bit of is good. You need to treat yourself, and as in business and in life, you do need to treat yourself. You need to have some days where you're not totally invested, but the rest of the time, those have to be the exceptions. The norm has to be going for the results that you want, seeing what it is that you want to achieve, understanding it, and knowing the goals to get there. And so that's what you need to do, is have appropriate mindset that you're going to go for the results. And at the end of the day, think about why you didn't get the results you've wanted in things past. Maybe it was from a New Year's resolution or something that you tried at. And it's not that the failure to it is fatal. And we're going to get into failure in a few minutes, but realistically, you got to go for the results. You have to want to achieve the results before you'll get there. Point number 2 is exercise requires discipline, and so does success. Now, while discipline is a mindset as well, it comes in the form of just getting in there. If you want to lose the weight, if you want to put on muscle, you have to be in the gym. You have to do those things to get you to that end result. You have to be disciplined enough to go, oh, I'm not feeling like it, but I'm going to do it. And in business, it's the same thing. There's parts of your business that you're not going to like doing, and you got to get to them. And the discipline of doing them on a regular basis is very important. If you're not willing to create the discipline, and sometimes it's just forcing yourself into habits, scheduling things, putting in a schedule. Normally, if you're a schedule-based person, you put in the schedule for yourself. And that can even require some set aside time, because a lot of business people I know, they do nothing but their business. And you do need to put in some personal time to decompress, or you'll overload. So making sure that you're disciplined, following through on the mindset of success and the results, that's what's going to get you to those minor successes, which become bigger successes. Lesson number 3 is that success takes time. You can't see it daily. As a fitness trainer and as a bodybuilder myself back in the day, I would actually tape up my mirror. I had one big, large mirror, and I would tape it up except for enough room to see my face to shave. Not that I shaved that often, but, brushing my teeth, whatever. I just wanted to see that, because I knew if I looked at my body every single day, I would be depressed because I wouldn't see the results. It takes time. You have time. Success is retrospective. Success is, I was here and I've gotten to here. And it's only there when you go over time and you work towards it. You work towards becoming something bigger, and your eye is on the goal. A lot of people, they understand the whole idea of the iceberg, and the tip is what people see, and the bottom is representative of the work that went into it. And I gotta say, if your business or your goals in life, whatever it is, if you're not in it for that part that's underneath, your goal is what's under the water, what people don't see. That's where you are. That's the time in the gym. Your time in the gym isn't to show off and look at yourself and see what, you got to see if your form's right, but don't be flexing at the gym. Flex at home. You're in the gym to get yourself ready for when you go out there. And this business, the things that you do to develop your business are there to help you grow. And so if you're not in it for the business, then you won't see the success. If you're only in it to see that top part of the iceberg, you won't build it up enough to see it. And people in business, people start businesses. The entrepreneurs that get going because they love a craft and they love the thing that they do. Maybe it's haircutting, maybe it's a pharmacy, maybe whatever it is you're doing as a business. Maybe you love it, but you also have to be good at the business of business. And you need to focus on those parts of the business that aren't just the craft and the trade, because if you're not good at those things, if you're not good at the business, you don't stay in business long. And that brings me to my next point. Point number 4 is focus on your weak points to grow and succeed. As a fitness trainer, off-season fitness trainer, first thing I would do is think about the last session that the bodybuilder was doing, to make sure that to know where they fell behind, what points did they not get, what was their weakest points. Sometimes it was legs, sometimes it's symmetry, sometimes it's whatever, there's a body part, or maybe it's their posing. But for the gym part of it, look at what their weakest points were and work on them first, because that's the point where most businesses and most people fail, is in the weak points. For business owners, the ones I've talked to, often it's technology. Sometimes it's the posting and the marketing. Sometimes it's the accounting. A lot of times it's accounting. And business owners don't go after those weak points. They just ignore it because they're not good at it. They don't like it, and they put it off. And maybe you have to bring somebody in to do that for you. There's pain points in business, and two pain points major are, if you want to grow, it's hire when you can't really afford to, but that gives you the time and the availability and the mindset and the freedom to go after the other things that you need to. And that costs you on the financial part of it. The other part is you wait until you build up enough that you've got the money to hire somebody. But at that point, you're stressed out because you're doing multiple jobs, you're doing multiple things, you're not getting to the things that you need to. And then you get to a point where you're hiring somebody, but you may have already done damage to your business and your brand. People get to know you, they know that you couldn't succeed, you couldn't fulfill, and you need to bring in somebody that will help fill up those weaknesses. Partnerships. If you're looking at a business and you want to partner with somebody, don't partner with somebody that's in the craft. Partner with somebody that's going to offset the aspects that you don't have. If you're a business owner and you like your trade, but you're not good at the accounting and not good at the marketing, you're not good, and you're putting those things off, bring somebody and partner with somebody who's got those things that will fill it in. There are people who go to business schools and people who are learning about business, and entrepreneurs from other endeavors that maybe they have better skills, and maybe that's a better match. But you got to work on those weak points. If you don't work on the weak points, that's where you're most likely to fail. And by working on your weak points first, starting off at Monday, having your schedule, working on the things that you don't want to do, going over last week's receipts, going over whatever you need to do. By bringing up your weak points, you bring up your average and you reduce the amount of weaknesses and possibilities of failure. And failure is not bad. Failure is not, it's not fatal until you quit. You may have a business and it may fall flat and you may not get the sales you want. You have to go back and work for a few years. If you're able to keep the business going, the name, then you can relaunch it another time. Until you quit and never go back, you haven't totally failed. You just haven't made it at that point. And that's a mindset thing, but it's also important to think about when it goes forward. As a fitness trainer, point number 5 is failure is where the growth is. When you're looking to become a bodybuilder and you're looking for growth, you need to push yourself to a point of failure. It's proven in chemistry. It's testosterone gets pumped into your system, and it's women and men, that you grow more when you get closer to the failure. And so bodybuilders become very successful in what they're doing in other endeavors because they reach for the failure. They know that failure is where their body is going to grow to adapt. And that's where in life you fail at things. And yeah, that momentary failure, you learn, what did I do wrong? What could I have done better? What can I do next time that's going to ensure that I am growing, to make sure that I am there? And that's very important, because if you're not going for that, if you're afraid of failure and you don't go into ventures and you don't move towards the potential of failure, then you're not taking the chances that are going to get you noticed. They're not going to take the chances that are going to get you there. It has to be calculated. And if you're in the gym and you're going for failure, remember that failure is important. And this is a fitness training tip I'll give you. Good looking reps make good looking muscle. I see people trying to cheat, and they'll adjust their body and they'll do something just so they can push the extra weight. But good form will get you there faster. And that's another part for success in life. The cheating doesn't. Who are you cheating? You're cheating yourself more than anything. Go for the results. Go for the strict form. Go for making sure that what you're doing is what's beneficial for you in the long haul. That little cheat right now may get you there, but it's a cheat. So to take it as that. So there's my 5 tips for getting success, whether it be in business, whether it's in the gym, whether it's in life. First, you can have results or excuses, not both. Go for the results. You can require exercise success, whatever it is. It requires discipline. Get in there, do it often, be a part of it, be a part of what you're trying to do more often, be engaged and be present. Don't look at your success in short bursts. Look back, look for the future, look for doing what you're doing, and the success will come. It took 10, that saying, it takes 10 years to become an overnight sensation and an overnight success. So work at it. Focus on your weak points first. Work on those areas where having difficulty, grow from them. Make them a priority. Put them first in your calendar, put them first in your mindset. Because when you're able to get those weaknesses up, then you reduce it as a weakness, and then you may have another weakness and work on that next. And when you do that, you're going to be successful. And don't fear the failure. Go for it. Whatever you're doing in life, it's not fatal. Just go for it. You may, unless of course you're skydiving, then it could be. But work for the failure. Work to become something bigger, and don't fear the failure, because you will learn things. When those little things you've tripped up over in life, think about from some dates that you've had where it didn't work out, relationships, jobs, whatever it might have been, those failures, if you take the lessons that you've learned and things that you could have done better and where you could have improved, you apply that to the future, you'll grow. So that's my 5 tips. Looking forward to giving more live Thursday events. And follow, if you're on YouTube, please press subscribe if you like this video, like it. I'm looking to get 100 subscribers so I can change my URL, so that way it's a little not a big giant hash of letters and numbers. So please subscribe. If you're on my Facebook page, please like this, and go to jadestrategicrelations.com. If you're interested in understanding what parts of your business or your communications that you want to improve on, go to jadestrategicrelations.com/services and book a free 30-minute appointment. We'll go over your business, what you're concerned about, and try to find ways to help you grow. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to seeing the comments and talking to you. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Enjoy.